What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So today we have another very important video that we need to get to. Today we're going to talk about the jobs report that just came out this morning. I want to talk about massive bank runs. We're going to talk about how the US economy is now turning. This is potentially good news, and this could also be bad news, but again, it's all starting. So let's get right down to it. If you have any questions whatsoever, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. And if you could spend just 2 seconds, go ahead, hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Now, let's talk about the jobs report. Because the jobs report that came out this morning, it came out hotter than expected. The estimated jobs added was supposed to be 225,000 jobs. The unemployment rate was supposed to be 3.4%, and the average hourly earnings was supposed to go up by 0.3%. But instead, here's what we got. We got 311,000 new jobs. This was just last month. So obviously this was up, almost 90,000 jobs. That's pretty big. The unemployment rate, it actually went up. It went up to 3.6%. And the average hourly earnings only went up by 0.2%. So this is where the jobs report came in a little bit hotter than expected because we added more jobs. But at the same time we added more jobs, we actually got a higher unemployment rate. I will explain why that is in just a second. Now, when it comes to the yearly average hourly earnings, they come in at 4.6%. The expectation was 4.7%. So this means it's coming in lower. Yeah, so that right there is hurting millions of households as they can't keep up with inflation. But the one good thing with this number is that we are not seeing a wage price spiral. And I said this would be a good thing, which means the Fed is not going to force the US economy into a recession. Now, I know a lot of people are going to ask this, so I just want to come out and address it. Why did our unemployment rate go up when we added more jobs than expected? Well, here's the reason why. The main reason why is because the labor force participation increased by 0.1%. So that right there is where the added people came in, and that is why we saw unemployment go up as opposed to coming down. So again, more people are trying to get jobs. This is a good thing. This is a good thing. However, the one unfortunate thing is more businesses are actually pausing hiring because they're finding a better solution moving forward. And I will address that in just a minute as well. Again, do me a favor, go ahead, hit that like button. It really does help out the channel. Something else that you need to keep in mind though, especially with this news, now the report, is that this is lagging. And I'm specifically referring to the lag in wages. Right now, we are seeing wage growth come in at 0.2% month over month. Annualized, that's 2.4% wage growth. That's far under our current inflation rate. And we're going to have our new inflation report come out next week, so we will see what the CPI reading is then. But as of right now, again, it's still over 6%. So again, we'll see what happens next week. But the problem is that we all know these numbers are lagging indicators. And the problem right now is something that I have talked about over the past 6+ months. And that is that wages can't keep up with inflation. And once that gap between between wage growth versus inflation, once this widens for a long period of time, it's only going to cause more financial pain. And the longer this goes on, the deeper the recession could potentially be. Again, that's a major problem. And now, I want to give you the warning for people that are out there looking for a job. Because companies like Costco, Walmart, Target, Chipotle, and many more, they're all saying the exact same thing. And that is that they are not looking for new employees. What they're attempting to do at this point is to increase autonomy. They want to increase productivity and increase efficiency. Those are the three things they want to do. They can increase productivity and increase efficiency by going and increasing their autonomy. Again, if we start eliminating jobs and putting in machines to do the work, case in point, when you do self-checkout, that is a machine. That machine is doing somebody's job. Okay? You know how you go into a store and they don't have any bagger, and so now you have to bag your own groceries? Guess what? They are charging you the same amount of money. Here in Washington State, we have to pay for bags. If we do not bring a reusable bag, we have to pay 8 to 10 cents per bag that we have to use. But again, we have to bag these up ourselves. Guess what? They got rid of an employee, and now you, the person buying, the consumer, is having to do that job. Yeah, it's making the store a little more productive, right? Maybe not as efficient, but a little more productive. Now, I bring this up because if you are looking for a job right now, then you need to push harder than ever before to get one now. Pretty soon, a lot of these 10.8 million positions that are currently open, they're going to go away. Not because they're going to get filled, but because the companies have realized they don't need those people anymore. That they are more efficient, they're more productive, all because they went more autonomous. So again, keep that in mind. And again, these warnings are out there. Okay? We are experiencing some very tough financial times. And it doesn't stop with our jobs report either. Let's just look at this, okay? The bank runs. We are seeing multiple bank runs lately. Not just here in the US. Yes, we're starting to see some here in the US, but we've seen them in other countries. And this is massive because the other day we got reports of the Silicon Valley Bank, and their CEO came out yesterday and told investors to stay calm. But now we're seeing that this bank it was attempting to bring in more capital. They failed. So now, according to CNBC just this morning, they are trying to sell themselves. But as this is happening, large funds have been warning their clients to pull their money out of the bank. The Founders Fund, Co2 Management, Union Square Ventures, and Founder Collective all advise their startups to pull cash. Don't leave it in this bank. Okay? Don't leave it a chance. And again, this is a sign that the financial world is not as stable as we once thought it was. Remember what happened to FTX? Remember what recently happened to the Silvergate Bank? Yeah, the problem with waiting until the last minute and pulling your money out of the bank is you could lose a lot of your money, okay, in a short amount of time. Just in pre-market this morning, okay, this was pre-market, the Silicon Valley Bank, their shares dropped by 61%, and that was after they've already dropped a little bit the day prior. Yeah, so this is why I warn you, because when you're hearing the news on Fox News, on CNN, Bloomberg TV, ABC News, right? It doesn't matter what the news station is. If you are hearing it on the news, then you're hearing it too late. That is the problem. That is why I continue to bring you updates, daily updates as well. So again, if you haven't done so, make sure you click that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on everything that's going on. But this is big, okay? This is very big. And I say this because the U.S. economy is turning. We are not seeing the wage price spiral. That is good news. The one downfall, though, is more people are trying to go back into the workforce. And by having more people go back into the workforce, yes, we see our unemployment rate go up. But the other issue is more people are fighting for the same available jobs. Right now, the majority of jobs are entry-level jobs. These are things in leisure and hospitality, right? House cleaning, stuff like that. Again, these are more entry-level jobs. They don't require a degree. They don't require especially a master's degree, and nothing, too extensive. And so the problem there is the jobs that are available right now are mostly going to be the lower income jobs. And again, I don't know if it's going to be minimum wage, but it could be. So that is part of the problem. The people that are looking for jobs do not want a minimum wage job. Why would they? You cannot keep up with livable wages. You can't. Not with a minimum wage job. It is just too expensive because of inflation. So again, the U.S. economy is turning. But the good news is, And again, there's a little bit of good news, is that right now, the reports do indicate that the Fed isn't going to rug pull us. They're not just going to, spike rates to get us to pretty much jump into a recession immediately. That's not going to happen. But at the same time, there's some speculation that if we have a good CPI report this next week, the Fed may consider pausing rate hikes. And again, that could turn us around as well. So again, I'm just here to tell you the U.S. economy is turning. I just do not know which direction. It's not going to stay on course to what it's doing right now. We're either going to go up or we're going to go down. And I will be here every step of the way to tell you exactly what is going on. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.